Hello class 10th, welcome to your geography class. Today I'm going to start a very new chapter, chapter number 7, climate of India. So in this chapter you will be learning about the climate of India and characteristics of monsoon season that prevails in India, as well as will also go through the different factors which affect the climate of India, right? So let's begin our class. So let's begin our class with the definition of climate. So what is a climate? Climate is what? Climate is the average overall weather condition of a place over a long period of time. So that's climate, right? So climate takes hundreds or thousands or millions of years to change, right? So that's the climate. Whereas when we talk about weather is what? Weather is day to day, or there's a changes in day to day that conditions, temperature, precipitations, and that uh, uh, conditions or weather conditions or weather can be changed after few hours or few after few times or few days or few hours, right? So that's weather. So weather is what? It's a day to day changes in the weather conditions, whereas climate is what? Climate is the average weather conditions of a particular place over a long period of time, that may be 35 or 40 years, right? So that's a difference in climate and weather. So weather is day to day changes, or it can be changed after a few hours also. That's weather. And climate is what? Climate takes thousands or millions of years to change. So that's the climate. Now when we talk about the climate of India, so climate of India, that is tropical monsoon type. So the climate of India is tropical monsoon type, right? Tropical means hot. Monsoon means monsoon. India has a monsoon type of climate. That means most of the rain that occurs during monsoon, rainy season. So India has tropical monsoon type of climate, right? Okay, now let's talk about the various factors that affect the climate of India. So the first one is latitude. So latitude is the first factor which affect the climate of India. So let's talk about the latitude. So I'm going to explain this latitude through a diagram. So just have a look. We know the latitudinal extent. India lies between this 8 degree 4 minutes north latitude to 37 degree 6 minutes north latitude, right? So these are the latitudes, and India lies between these two latitudes. Now one more important, that is Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north latitude, passes through India, almost half of this India. So Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north latitude, almost cut India into two equal halves, right? So this northern India, that lies in a subtropical zone, while South India, so the South India, that lies in tropical zone. So tropical zone means hot zone, right? Hot zone, comparatively more hotter than North India, right? So that's your tropical zone, and subtropical, comparatively cooler than this tropical zone, right? So this latitude plays an important, latitude plays an important role which affect the climate of India, as well as that became the key factor which plays an important role for the distinct climate in these two regions, North India and South India, right? Okay. Now let's move to the Himalayan mountains. This is the another factor which affect the climate of India. Now, we know that the Himalayan ranges, that means we have three parallel ranges there in the greater Himalaya. So here we have three parallel ranges, the Himadri, Himachal and the Shivalik, right? So these three parallel ranges of Himalaya, we call it greater Himalaya, that plays an important role, that Himalayan ranges are responsible for tropical type of climate in India, right? So tropical means hot climate. So how that we know that this is the greater Himalaya, which has three parallel ranges, right? So this Himalaya blocks the cold wind bearing clouds or cold wind which comes from China. So it blocks that cold wind, and this blocking of this blocking of that cold winds by this Himalayas are responsible for the tropical type of climate in India. Not only that, the southwesterly, it is also this Himalaya is also responsible for the rainfall in northern plain of India. So the southwesterly wind which goes like this, so it obstruct this wind and it goes like this, right? So it obstruct the wind, southwesterly wind, which goes like this, and most of the rainfall that falls in this northern part. So this is also this Himalayan mountain or greater Himalayas obstruct the southwesterly wind monsoon, thereby causing heavy rainfall in this northern plain, right? Now next is distance from the sea. The distance from the sea, that means India has a large coastline. Large coastline, that means this eastern coast and western coast. So India has a large coastline, and this coastal areas enjoy equable climate. So equable climate means uh, the weather is like not too hot during summer and not very cold during winter. So that's equable climate. So this coastal lines or coastal areas which lies in the south, in South India, that they enjoy, or the South Indian people, they enjoy equable climate. And this, what's the reason behind it? Because this coastal area is near to the sea, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, and towards south there is Indian Ocean. So this coastal line is in a it's an influence of water body, right? So the area which is influenced in the water body has equable climate, whereas the area which is far away from the influence of water body, for example this Delhi or Rajasthan, uh, those places will have extreme climate. So extreme climate means very hot during summer and very cold during winter, right? So let me give you one example, like a place here, A, Chennai, and the second place, B, that is Delhi. So here I mark the two places. A place, that is Chennai, and the second one is Delhi. B place. So let me ask you, like which of the two places will have extreme climate? Uh, which of the two places have extreme climate? So extreme climate, that means this one, Delhi. Delhi will have extreme climate. Why? Because Delhi is far away from the influence of water bodies, and it is towards the interior of the country, right? So if the question is like why Chennai has equable climate, or why Chennai enjoys the equable climate. So the reason is Chennai is a coastal area, or Chennai is in the influence of water body, right? That area is in the just next to the sea, or Chennai has influence of water body. So that's the answer for that, right? So from this we come to know that the water bodies play an important role which affect the so we have three water bodies: Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, and Arabian Sea. So those water bodies play an important role for which affect the climate of India. So next we have altitude. Relief of the land plays an important factor affecting the climate of India. So relief means presence of hills, hillocks, or mountains, valleys, right? So that play an important factor affecting the climate of India. So a higher altitude, that means lowers the temperature, right? So one example it's given here: hill stations of peninsular plateau region such as Uti, though quite close to the equator, because equator, we know equator means what? Equator means comparatively hotter region than other places, right? So Uti, though quite near to the equator, has cool climate. So what's the reason behind it? That Uti is hill station, because we know that higher the altitude, that means lowers temperature. That is why, though it's quite near to the equator, Uti has cool climate, right? Okay, however, the temperatures in the Himalayan region are still lower due to both a greater distance from the equator and a higher altitude. That is why the hill stations are numerous in the Himalayas. Now next we have conditions in the regions surrounding India as well as jet streams. Conditions nearby surrounding regions. So like the temperature and the pressure conditions in East Africa or your Central Asia, Tibet, that determine the strength of the monsoon and the occasional dry spells, right? Now next is jet stream. So jet stream is what? It's a band of fast moving air currents in the upper layer of the atmosphere. So that's jet stream. So these fast moving currents also have an impact on the arrival and departure of the monsoons, right? Okay, now next is varied relief. So varied relief means, I told you about the relief features: presence of hills, hill stations, mountains that determine the intensity of the rainfall, as well as that affect the climate of India. For example, presence of relief features play an important role in the climatic condition of the continent or a country, right? So here I have drawn a picture of South India. So this is peninsular India, and we know there are two Ghats, Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats, right? So Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats, that is they are what? They are relief features, a raised area. So what happens is, southwest or southwesterly wind, when it goes like this towards the coastal area, southwesterly wind, the wind bearing clouds that obstruct by Western Ghats. So this is your Western Ghat. So it Western Ghats block the wind bearing cloud there, right? So this is what? This is your windward side, and the another side of that ghat, that is your leeward side. So this phenomena, you are well known with this phenomena, windward side and leeward side, right? So windward side, so this, after this, the heavy rain downpour will be here, and there will be no rain or very less rain towards leeward side, right? So from this we come to know that the relief features play an important role in the climatic condition of the country or the continent, right? Okay, let me give one more example for better understand. So here are the two marked there, A and B. One is with dot and another one with an asterisk mark, right? So two places are there, A and B. And you know this line, this is what? Eastern Ghats. Now let me ask you, when the northeastern wind blows like this is the northwestern wind direction. So you tell me that which of the two places, A or B, will have maximum rainfall. So the answer is A place. A place will have maximum downpour, a heavy rain, right? Maximum downpour means maximum rainfall here in A place as compared to B. So B will have very less or no rainfall. Why? The reason is this rain bearing cloud is obstructed by this, or will obstruct by this Eastern Ghats. So this A place will at the windward side, whereas B is in a leeward side of Eastern Ghats. So this is A place is in the windward side of Eastern Ghat, whereas B place is in a leeward side of Eastern Ghat, right? So this is the reason. Okay children, I'll take your leave now. In next video, we'll continue with the cycle of seasons and the characteristics of Indian monsoon season, right? So till then, bye-bye.